it just froze. It froze, so I
I'm
missed
so
what you were
sorry.
saying.
I'm
It's
so
okay.
sorry. Yeah. So people
It's not
people
your
give
fault.
yeah people give like shallow input and the system responds like anyway, and you end up with something that looks good but has no depth, right? So when I saw you actually want a system to challenge this users and shape their thinking, that clicked right away. Also, yeah,
Okay.
I pretty much like this isn't just about shipping features. You are actually basically like defining how to product things, and that's a kind of much more interesting problem to me than just building another API or a kind of UI layer, right? Yeah. So that really interested
Well,
me.
so let me. I'm going to be. I'm going to try and get and not be talking too much so that you can share. But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to just tell you, number one, this tool,
Hmm.
I want it. So I have an opportunity. I signed a strategic alliance
Yeah, yeah.
with a man. He owns a social media
Hmm.
platform
Hmm.
with 160,000 business users.
Yeah,
And he's signed an agreement to promote this tool to all of his users when
yeah,
it's
yeah.
reached a certain level.
Hmm.
My reputation, I've been doing my work for a long time, probably longer than you've been on this earth.
Yeah, yeah.
um,
Certainly.
so I've built a reputation, but I've also not never mind that, I've built a process
Hmm.
that really does get the essence of the brand. And I'm not interested in, I mean, I am interested in the colors and the logo, but that's not what a brand is about.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
A brand, if and the way I teach
Mhm.
is when I speak on stage is, and let's just take Apple for
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
example.
Hmm.
A brand does not sell a product or a service. It sells an idea.
Yeah,
So
great.
Apple is basically saying you are not a number. Think different.
Yeah.
Think you're creative. You're an individual. You could change the world. And so it's that idea that makes me want to buy Apple.
Mhm.
And this is an
Right.
Apple computer that we're
Yeah.
meeting on. So it's most people are stuck in this mindset
Mhm.
of being a vendor. And a
Yeah.
vendor, think of a vending machine
Yeah.
where you put your money in and you get a bottle of water or something.
Mhm.
That's not a brand. That is a vendor. And most people have a vendor mindset.
Yep.
So this tool has to be like, no, you're being a vendor.
Mhm.
No, and if the user is like, what's a vendor? Why? What do you?
Right.
It has to be able to nurture them, not be mean or rude, but it's got to nurture them into the brand mindset,
Yep.
and it's different than a vendor mindset.
Yeah.
And the good news is over 90% of businesses are vendors, and they don't even know, even big companies sometimes, because they just do tons of marketing, but they are not a brand. And a brand actually, you probably and I, we might say, oh my God, I love Apple. They
Yep.
might use the word love, right?
Mhm.
So I say to my clients, I'm like, well, let's not just create a brand, let's
Yeah.
create a brand that your people, your market loves.
Yeah.
And that's the goal. So this tool has to be world class. And
Yeah.
so my question, so I said, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions.
Yeah.
Um, and I've written them down, so forgive me while I pull them up. So explain, please, in simple terms, because I'm not an AI expert at
Yeah. Yeah.
all. So I'm a brand expert, and I'm
Yeah.
relying on your
Mhm.
expertise, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, in simple terms, how would you design the intelligence behind my brand tool? And just really quickly, I'll shut up after this. I had a client last week, for
Yeah.
example, and the first main question that this tool asks is, why did you start your business? And her answer to me was, after she thought about it, she goes, frustration. Well, at the moment, the way the tool is, it would take her answer, frustration, and then go to question two. And
Yeah.
that's no use. When I said to her, why were you frustrated? And then I asked her more questions. I learned so much about the typical business in her industry
Mhm.
and the mistakes they make because they're in the vendor mindset.
Yep.
And she left because clients were so upset about some of the things that happen in that industry. And
Yeah.
she started her business to deliver something better. So I learned a lot about what makes her brand just from that first question. But the brand tool would never have, as it is right now,
Yeah. Yeah.
would never have found that. So please tell me how you would resolve that.
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah. So I like design this in a very very simple way conceptually, like three layers in my head on top of my head, right? It feels like one conversation to the user. So the first one is like what I call like depth detection. This system should
Depth.
never treat every answer equally. So when someone says frustration, the AI should like recognize that's a kind of shallow answer, right? Not wrong, just incomplete, right? So instead of just moving forward, it pauses and goes deeper, right? Something like it internally like scores the answer. Is this specific? Is there kind of emotion or is there a story? If not, it doesn't proceed, right? So yeah, instead of just going to question two, it responds like got it, frustration. Well, what specifically was happening that made you feel that way, right? And then again, like what did you see in that industry that you knew was wrong, right? So it behaves more like you on stage, not like a form, right? And second thing I think of right now is like what I just call guided excavation. So this is where like the system keeps pulling until it finds signal. So your example, the real goal was not just frustration. It was like clients were upset and industry was broken, and she just wanted to fix it, right? The system should keep digging until it hits things like patterns or conflict or beliefs or change, all of that things, right? And only when it detects those, it moves forward. So instead of just a kind of fixed flow, it's like from question
Okay.
to evaluate to dig deeper to extract insight and then only then move on, right? And the last thing I think of is translation to like a brand thinking. Once it has that raw truth, it actually converts into strategy. So I must say, like, it sounds like you didn't just start a business; you rejected how the industry treats people, and you wanted to raise the standard, right? Now, yeah, you're no longer a vendor. Now you're kind of standing for something, Then, yeah, it builds from there into manifesto, messaging, all that, right? And yeah, the key shift is like, the system should not be asking questions to complete a flow. It should be asking questions to uncover truth, right? And yeah, it should actually refuse to move forward until like it finds it, right? That's this intelligence layer, I think. That's my point of view. And
I like your answer,
yeah,
Vladimir. So,
thank
can
you.
you give me an example of where you've have you constructed something like this before?
Yeah, I can say some sort of, right? Yeah,
So, I'm
not
sorry,
not
what?
not not some sort of, right? Like
Sort of.
I sort of like constructed this no not a yes or no, right? I cannot say I directly worked on this platform or this kind of project, but yeah, I can say I have some idea and conceptually, right? So what I mean by that is like not in branding specifically, but I built something very similar in behavior, just in a kind of different domain. So
Yeah,
one
I
example.
don't need it. Yeah, yeah. I don't. A lot of times people ask me, have you ever worked in the, I don't know, online dating business before? And so
Yeah.
my answer is always No, and that's good
Yeah.
news for you because you don't want to be like all the
Right.
other dating agencies. You want to be unique. So, and
Yeah.
I'm not selling you knowledge of the dating industry. I'm selling you psychology,
Hmm.
really.
Yeah.
I'm selling you how to connect with people's emotions.
Hmm.
So, um, okay, next question. How and so this is the I think this is a really important question actually
Yeah. Yeah.
because I'm going to tell you at the moment I've already hired a team in India. They've been
Yeah.
working for
Yeah.
several months,
Hmm.
and at the moment I'm not happy at all with the
Yeah. Yeah.
way that the
Quality.
AI it's acting so generic, and that's
Hmm.
the last thing I'm
Hmm.
ever going to sell. I won't
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
sell it.
Hmm.
It has to be world class.
Hmm.
So, how do you translate a human, like my human led strategy process, into an AI experience? Let me just explain what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
At the moment, it started out where it was going to be 100 questions,
Yeah.
and we've bought, and that's just like so much time. You
Hmm.
know, when I work with the client, it's normally weeks of meetings,
Yeah.
but on when it comes to no, I'm not there, right? They don't want to spend hours. They want to spend, so I've got to make the time they do spend
Yeah.
feel like, oh my God, I'm really working. This thing's really helping me
Yeah.
elevate my
Hmm.
business. So how do you translate spending time with an expert into an expert AI? How do you translate that?
Yeah. So thanks for explaining that. For me, So like this is the hard trade-off, right? Depth and versus time, right? And honestly, the mistake your current team made is just trying to compress your process into questions, but your value isn't this number of questions. It's like I can say that how you react inside this conversation. So yeah, if I had to like translate you into like AI without just making it long. So first of all, yeah, like instead of just 100 questions, we just can design maybe 5 to 7 core moments, right? Not questions, moments,
So
right? Like
moments, did you say?
yeah, moments.
It's just that it's a little bit you're getting all pixelated and it's jamming on some of the sound at the moment.
Yeah, I'm so
So
sorry for
oh,
that.
it's better now. It's fixed. It's not your
Yeah.
fault, I don't believe. It's so if you would just repeat what you said about um the trade-off. I was it was just hard to understand, that's all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like that thing was kind of hard trade off, right? Like depth versus time, right? Honestly, your
Hmm.
current team has made these mistakes, and it is they are just trying to compress your process into questions, but your value isn't the number of questions; it's how you react inside this conversation. And so if I had to translate you into like into a kind of AI without just making it long, first of all, what I do is like instead of 100 questions, we actually can design maybe 5 to 7 core moments. Like origin story or industry frustration, and also some kind of belief about how things should be, right? And we can also add things like who they want to be, and what they stand against, right? Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
And then inside each moment, the AI does this heavy lifting. So instead of just Q1 to Q2 and Q3, it actually becomes like moment one, two. AI digs dynamically, and it only moves on when it finds something real. So yeah, one question might take like 30 seconds for one user, and you know 5 minutes for another, right? That's how we can compress time without just losing depth. Um, we can also use what I call like progressive depth, right? you don't need to like get everything. You just need to get enough to unlock the next insight. So the AI is always asking like, do I have this enough signal to move forward, right? Yeah. If yes, then move, and if no, dig one more layer, right? Not 10 layers,
So
just one more. Yeah. Please ask.
okay, you're getting me. I'm really enjoying what you're
Hmm.
saying,
Yeah.
Vladimir.
Thank you.
So one of the thoughts I've had,
Hmm.
it's forgive me because I can't describe it in your terms. Um,
No worries.
it's kind of like imagine you are the AI version of me. Let's use it. Let's do it that way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's interesting.
Um, the way I was imagining it is before you even meet a user,
Hmm.
you have learned, you've got both my books in and so you know all about branding. You're an
Yeah.
expert now,
Hmm.
and you've got a number of other pieces of AI of sorry IP of mine beyond my books,
Hmm.
and you've also learned my style, my approach, my
Yeah.
attitude, because I'm my attitude, and this is something I really push, is you've got to be daring. You've got to dare, but not, it's not about go jump off a cliff or jump out of a plane, but you've got to push the boundaries a little bit. And in order to be, there's tons of noise out there, right? There's
Yeah,
tons
yeah.
of businesses.
Hmm.
So we have the way that, I kind of say, why would you want a viral post? If it just gets tons of viewers, but does it give you any business? Because what I'm really doing is the equation is understanding
Yeah.
the customer, not just their demographics, but their psychographics, which is
Hmm.
their frustrations and their aspirations. The
Yeah.
more we know that, even for a McDonald's burger, it's it's about, oh, it's quick, it's I can trust it, and it's American, and it's cheap. There's those are solving certain problems for people. I can't afford a, you know, uh 20 $50 steak for lunch. I can afford a $3 burger, whatever. So understanding the customer and understanding what the brand stands for, then the tool should be able to, once the tool knows, it should be able to create unique posts about the brand story or about customer journey.
Hmm.
Or it can read, once it knows the story, it can tell it in 10,000 ways, depending on circumstance.
Hmm.
Or so once the tool has learned the user's brand, what I want it to be able to do is say, okay, now, because it has to earn the subscription
Yeah.
month after month. So the user needs to be able to say, hey, we're doing a promotion for Easter, or we have a new product and we
Yeah.
want to do a new strategy and campaign for it. And these are, and you already know who our customers are. It needs to be able to say, hey, well, it needs to be able to say, well, how about this strategy? Or how about we talk about something, just a small, I'm sorry, I hope I'm making sense. It's like, I'll take the iPhone. It,
Yeah.
they don't try and tell in an ad, they don't try and tell you everything that this
Yeah.
can do.
Hmm.
They're just going to use maybe one or two features and make a whole emotional story around it,
Yeah.
because emotion is what sells, not logic. So it has to understand that, and it has to, inspire people out there. So tell me how does that work for the tool?
So I should think of that. Give me just 2 seconds.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So yeah, well, what you're describing, that's not just a kind of tool. It's like a kind of trained version of you that keeps working after the session.
Yes.
So In my case, yeah, the first phase always almost that's like become you. Before this AI even tries to help the user create anything, it has one job: understand a brand deeply enough that it can think, right? So yeah, we reload your books, your frameworks, your tone, your attitude, but that's not enough. The real thing is like it has to build an internal model of what this brand stands for, what they believe, what they reject, and who their customer is like emotionally. Yeah,
Hmm.
not like demographics, like you said, psychographics, right? So once this AI finishes that phase, it should be like able to answer a question, like kind of what would this brand say yes to, and what would this be? No, what would this brand like refuse, right? If it cannot answer that, it's not ready yet, and that's this underwrite part, right? And yeah, the next phase would be like act like a kind of strategist. Now the user
Yes.
comes in and says like hey, we got an Easter promotion like you said, and we were launching a new product. The AI should not like jump into writing posts. That's where most tools fail, right? Instead of it should pause and think like you would like it should go actually what's the angle here, and what kind of emotion are we tapping into? What part of the belief system does this connect to, right? Then it just processes something like stuff instead of just promoting the product. Let's frame this around like how your customer feels during Easter. Here's the story we tell, like yeah, like that, right? So what I say that is like it's strategy first, content second. And then comes other part you said that's super important. Like one story to 10,000 expressions, right? Once the AI understand the core story, it can actually generate a post, an ad, or a campaign idea, or a hook, or kind of narrative, anything, right? But all of them are anchored in the same truth. That's why it doesn't feel
Right.
generic. Yeah, because it's not generating randomly. It's expressing like consistently, right? And yeah,
Yes.
I can say that. Here's the key piece that most people miss. That is memory. Um, plus evolution. Like every time the user uses the tool, the AI should get sharper. So if a campaign works,
Yes.
it should learn, right? If the user says this
Yes.
feels off, it actually should adjust. So over time,
Yes.
like it actually becomes a
Yes.
better version of that brand strategist. Yeah,
Right. Yeah, because you've said it right. This, what we're really selling here is
yeah.
like I'm giving a keynote speech on Friday this
hmm
week, and
hmm
it will be the first time I announce that this
Yeah,
tool
yeah.
is coming up. Right.
Yep,
So
yep.
we've got to get it done.
hmm
It's got to get finished. Um, and what I'm saying is, look, if you hired a brand strategist full
hmm
time in your company, you're
hmm
talking 10,000 a month minimum. And this tool is only going to be a couple of hundred, three, maybe 299. So you're getting a full-time brand strategist for nothing compared to what you would pay
Yeah.
for a person. So it has to be able to fill the role and we're only selling social media. It's not going to post for you. It's
Yeah.
going to give the user social media post suggestions, ideas, storyline. It might say, hey, if you can, why don't you shoot a video of this? Or why don't you, you know, but it can't do all of that yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe down the road we'll be able to add that. But
Yeah.
for this MVP, it does need to be able to give valuable, exciting content. And the idea is because people who are running a business, they know this is the issue that we're solving. It's like they know that social media is important.
hmm
And they're like, how do I have the time to be on top of this all the time unless I hire somebody? And then when they hire somebody, they often don't do a very good job if
Right.
unless you hire a full-time person, because these you know um agencies, they just put some intern on it,
Yeah.
and the intern's like, oh, it's a nice A walk on the beach, let's do that post. And it's like, what are you doing? So this has got to really make people feel they've got
Yeah,
not just feel, they've got to know they've got the advantage now,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So okay, we're running out of time. We're out of time, Vladimir. I'm going to probably want to speak with you again.
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed your answers, and plus, I'm going to be. I'm from England. Um,
Mhm. Yeah.
yeah, I can really understand what you're saying. I can feel that. Unfortunately, sometimes when someone's from, especially in India, I have a very hard time understanding what
Right.
they're saying.
The
And they
English
might be
pronunciation
very
for it. Yeah.
they, they might be very qualified, but I we have to, because what I'm asking you is, I'm seeing you as the project manager for me when in integrating with the development team, because you know what you're talking about and I don't. I mean,
All right.
you understand me and
Yeah.
then they will understand you, right?
Yeah.
So
Of
you'll
course. Right.
design this feature and then they'll be putting it into the tool.
Mhm.
Now, if you when you see the tool, if you decide the design is not right,
Mhm.
can you help with that too?
Yeah. Sure. I can help.
Like what will how
Right. So, in that case, like like I'm not just thinking in terms of like here's an idea, go build it. I actually stayed involved in like how it actually behaves once it's like in a product, right? So if I see the total, if I see the tool and it feels generic or off, I wouldn't just say this is wrong. I just pinpoint exactly why it's going wrong,
right?
right?
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
and then I can also
Yes,
translate
I
that
because
into yeah.
right, because I'm not looking for another design.
All right.
I'm looking to make this work in a all around
Yeah, yeah.
great way.
Hmm.
Okay, look, Vlad, I have to run,
Hmm.
but I really appreciate the time and I've made a bunch of notes and I would like to hopefully meet with you again
Yeah,
as we get this week. I mean, we've got to start really quick. And are
yeah,
you
yeah.
available
Yeah, of
to
course, I
start
can start
soon?
immediately. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. It was a pleasure to meet you
yeah.
and I'll
It,
be in touch.
yeah, it
Okay.
was it was really nice talking to David too. Yeah, thank you very much.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah,
Have a good day. Bye bye.
yeah. You too. Bye bye.